MPD stated in the indictment that CMG is being recorded. So y'all gotta really pay attention to this, because we know for a fact that don't nobody want Yo Gotti to go down for what happened to Young Dolph, but his brother Big Jook was tied to it. So I wanna let y'all know, by Mike Prince speaking out, he really exposed everything that happened with Makedas' Young Dolph situation. I want y'all to really look at that, because people can't place the blame all on Key Glock, because Key Glock wasn't there, like I kept saying. I know for a fact that everybody know that J Prince Sr., he stated mob ties, they connected with Blac Youngsta, but they wasn't at the scene when Young Dolph got sent up. So I want y'all to really pay attention to that, because people looking at the fact that Mike, you could have avoided this whole situation with Takeoff, and Yo Gotti looking at him like, man, you can't be coming out speaking, saying certain things. And as soon as Yo Gotti walked out the building, they blocked his limo off. Next thing you know, his dunk that was in the front, his Chevy with the gold rims, they instantly run on top of the car. They stand across the street. That's why I say mob ties, they realize they got a lot of people out there working for them. So y'all got to really pay attention to it, because we know for a fact that Takeoff, he was there with his people, and mob ties was supposed to protect him. You can't say nothing after the fact. Feds are saying as soon as Blac Youngsta came in, Young Dolph, he got sent up at the scene. The indictment changing Govan and Young Dolph's death came a week before the anniversary of his murder. I want y'all to really pay attention to this, because the feds are saying that Shondell Burnett has been charged. And basically, you guys have to be mindful of the people you keep around you. The company that you keep can also be the ones that get you locked up. I want you to look at the fact that they want to charge CMG with conspiracy to commit first degree. I want you guys to really pay attention. Both suspects were officially indicted January 22nd. They entered not guilty pleas in February. I want y'all to really pay attention to this. They said that Johnson, he faces multiple charges in sending Young Dolph up. I want y'all to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. Hey, if you rockin' with PRE, throw the PREs and the Dolphins in the comment section. If you rockin' with CMG, throw them CMGs in the comment section. Including first degree, attempt first degree, theft to property, and more. I want y'all to pay attention to this, because Smith was indicted on first degree. You feel me? I want y'all to look at that, because they sent that man up at broad daylight. It was people outside at the store next door. Y'all got to really look at this. And from what they saying is, feds are not taking this too lightly. Theft charges related to the white Mercedes used in Young Dolph. Like, real talk. They did something else before they even did that to Young Dolph, then left Young Dolph and went and spent on somebody else. I want y'all to really look at this. This is sad, because this court appearance will be Johnson's last court appearance. I want y'all to really look at this, man. Luke Evans stated during the hearing, his attorney requested that he be moved to a whole nother facility due to the gang activity that's going on. I want y'all to really take heed to what's going on and really apply it to the fact that they said Big Jook was one of the ones released. And people looking at it like, why was Big Jook released? Big Jook was released under one condition, because Yo Gotti put up almost 2.3 M's just for him to get out. Y'all got to understand how deep it went. They were intimate. Like, at the end of the day, we know for a fact that the Shelby County Sheriffs, they not finna play no games. They gonna pick up everybody involved in this Rico case. And both men, they are due back in court Friday. I want y'all to really look at that. So they gonna determine everything that was said with Fox 13. Y'all know for a fact that they gonna get everybody included in this Rico indictment, because a lot of people look at the fact that the Fed said that Yo Gotti is the one who didn't play his cards right, because It's your brother. Like at the end of the day, Big Jook said what he said to get the plea deal lower. He didn't take the plea. Like y'all gotta really look at that. So Big Jook did not snitch to get out. Yo Gotti paid for him to get out. Big Jook real live had to sit back, be patient, and look at everything that was going on because this could really affect the whole CMG. So he had to really he really had to play his part. Like some people don't know that when you in the streets, this goes on. When you in the street, people get locked up, people get booked. Like at the end of the day, they thought that they was able to smother what really happened. He had too many attempts on him, and Big Jook was at every scene. And Yo Gotti, he's connected through 4 people. You got to really look at it. Straight drop toll on everything. And the feds came out and said that everybody in Makedas, they got questioned. They even questioned Makedas Raven, and people sitting back looking at it like, why didn't Raven get booked yet? It's a pending Rico. I want y'all to understand the indictments rolled out and the receipts is on the floor. So you really can't pinpoint or counter what happened at the moment. But we all know for a fact from what the footage shows, it shows him walking into the cookie shop right after he just got through talking to Marcus Thornton right outside the cookie shop. Young Dolph walk in first. Next thing you know, Marcus Thornton, he looked back because he saw that white car ride past. Once that white car rolled past, the white car instantly came in the lot, started creeping up slowly. Marcus Thornton, he didn't think nothing of it. Next thing you know, he walked to the counter. Third, they took his order. Both sides being played by Young Dolph own people. All they had to do was play their cards. Life ain't hard, but they making it even harder for the simple fact that they sunk Young Dolph up at his untimely demise. You gotta understand, that man had children. That man had people that he was taking care of. And Gotti and them, they was taking care of people too, but you gotta understand the severity of how many people Young Dolph had under his wing. I don't blame Finesse 2 Times for even reaching out and even talking to Key Glock, because this goes to show like, he was cool with Key Glock before all that stuff even happened, before Moneybagg Yo got into it with Finesse 2 Times. You got to look at that, man. Moneybagg Yo been started BGE a while back. Key Glock didn't want to sign to Moneybagg Yo label, but you got to understand, Finesse 2 Times already knew what was in motion. How far you think they going to make it without Dolph? At the end of the day, it take 2 to beef. We already know for a fact Big Moochie Great. He already said that his cousin, the one that worked for MPD, he already over Gotti and them, Rico, and Big Jook was the main one who they said he the one that basically tipped off the feds for the simple fact that Big Jook had ties to that Bentley truck. You got to understand, it was Moneybagg Yo girl truck, but you got to really look at it. It was multiple of them that got the same all-black Bentley truck. But the feds not finna miss when they hit. Y'all gotta really look at this because it was so many people. You heard what happened to K-Dog. Y'all gotta really look at this, man, because CMG, they went down so quick. And this kind of reminds me of when everybody kept saying, why they didn't charge Gotti with the Rico yet? Why didn't they charge CMG or BGE? And then Mob Ties connected. You got to really look at that because Blac Youngsta checked in with J Prince Jr. and J Prince Sr. like right before Dolph got sent up. So I want y'all to understand that the $90,000 that Blac Youngsta gave J Prince Jr., it was to basically protect him and his whole heavy camp. Yo Gotti, his father was the king of Memphis until Dolph came along. So it kind of like Dolph knocked them out the box because people won't even talk about his daddy, which is the OG of Memphis. I want y'all to really look at that. Dolph set a whole foundation and took over Memphis. So when people sit back and say Gotti is the king, you feel me, Memphis, he try to say North Memphis, South Memphis. No. Young Dolph was the king of the whole Memphis. That's the difference. Yo Gotti Daddy only was the king of one part of Memphis. You got to understand what goes around comes around, and when you put out a certain type of energy, it comes right back regardless of what's going on. So I want to let y'all know, regardless of how much money that they obtain from this whole thing happening with Dolph, You see how many people locked up. And in all actual reality, we can really sit back and put our finger on the fact that these people locked up, they ain't tell on Gotti yet. Only Cornelius Smith sitting there, he ready to go. So ain't no telling if he took a side, like if he said something that he wasn't supposed to say.
One of the newest ones that I've seen, which is not far-fetched to me at all, I kind of figured this as soon as I heard the information, was he was set up. And they're stating that he was set up by somebody at Makedas, the cookie store. So what they're saying is that there's a worker at the cookie store who was an ex-stripper. He used to be a stripper in the streets. And they're saying that, you know, she had connections to the streets and she may have been the one to, you know, set Dolph up. Now, what they're saying is, or how this all came to be, is that Dolph did a song with a young man in the city. They haven't said the young man's name or who the rapper guy is, but supposedly he did some songs with another artist in the city. Now they're saying, you know, after the songs was done, that the guy was hoping and wanting that, you know, thinking that Young Dolph was going to release the songs on his mixtapes, and, you know, I guess his next, probably that Illuminati album, you know, whatever. But Dolph never released anything. And with that being said, my thing is, if you did a song with Dolph, and, you know, it's a mixtape song or it's a song that's, you know, he's not going to release, then unless he gives you direct, you know, orders that you can't put that song out, why not put the song out and push it? So anyways, so that's something that's in my mind, because I'm thinking maybe Dolph didn't give him the masters, or maybe Dolph didn't give him the song so he could push him. I don't know. But anyway, supposedly this, you know, up-and-coming rapper got upset, you know, was mad that, you know, Dolph, you know, hadn't put him on no mixtape. Dolph hadn't, you know, done anything with the songs that they did together. And, you know, just like some old neighborhood nigga shit, you know, instead of you going out and trying to, you know, all right, I did some songs with Dolph, let me go out here and, you know, try to promote myself and put these songs out and, you know, show niggas I'm doing my thing. You know, you waiting for another nigga to do the work. You waiting for another nigga to go out there and promote the music and everything like that. And it's fucked up because, honestly, that's how a lot of these artists are right now. That's how a lot of you artists are right now. You niggas put out a song and then expect everybody else to share it and push it. No, nigga, you got to share it and push your own shit. That's your song. That's your music, okay? You have to be the one to be out there pushing and promoting your music. If you're not pushing and promoting your music, what makes you think anybody else is going to push and promote your music? You don't even push and promote your own shit. So why would I push and promote your shit? But anyways, like I stated, that's a nigga in every neighborhood right now, probably more than one. It's a bunch of niggas out there who feel as though they are entitled to, you know, be the next big thing because, you know, they did some rap songs with somebody or some shit. No, nigga, you still have a lot of work to fucking do. This shit is hard work. Motherfucker think it's just rapping and you put a song out and that's that. No, nigga, no. It's a lot of fucking hard work. And if you're not willing to put in that work, then you're not gonna get shit. That's just like any fucking thing else in this life. But anyways, going back to Dolph. So what they're saying is the stripper chick that worked at Makedas, they're saying that, and, you know, once again, I'm not, these are alleged. These are just allegations. These, you know, they haven't charged her with anything. But they're saying that there's a stripper chick that worked at Makedas, and they feel as though she may have been the one to tip the killers off that Dolph was coming there. The reason that everybody's saying this now is because Dolph used to call them before he came. So that means it was a setup. Because if I come up here all the time and I call you first, and no, I've never had any issues. Never had any issues. But then I start beefing with some nigga in the hood. And when I call you, these niggas show up. Because see, the thing about it is that they weren't following Dolph. Because see, if they were following Dolph, I think he would have, he would have known. Because see, if you're following me, I'm in a fucking Corvette or some shit. And you got to keep up to follow me first and foremost. So they didn't follow him. They got a call. Somebody called them and told them he was on his fucking way. And the way that they say it's set up is that when he calls, he usually comes get it. He comes get his cookies and his shit be ready, so he don't have to stand in line and wait for nobody. He comes in, here you go, Dolph, pays, and he's out the door because they say it's a lot of shit going on in the hood. So of course he a celebrity. He ain't about to be waiting in line and no shit like that so some niggas can come and catch him. But this day, same as every other fucking day, same as every other time he done went and picked up cookies. Call before I come. Get there, no problem. Get my cookies. I'm on my way out. Today, I call to go get my cookies, and I'm dead. I get shot up. That's the setup, man. It's a setup. And, it was probably old boy. You know what I'm saying? Old boy who, was mad that Dolph wasn't showing him no love on the mixtapes and shit. And it's just, it's just unfortunate that, that it had to happen. But for it to be something like that, for it to be something where, I patronize this place, I promote this place, I come here, I get my cookies all the time. I know the niggas probably leaving tips and shit. You know what I'm saying? Ordering 4 cookies, probably paying the motherfuckers $100 or some crazy shit like that. And you go and set this man up to get killed. And then turn around and ask for $100,000 so that y'all can redo the building. Or find a new location, which it is what it is. But I'm going to be staying tuned to this because I want to see who the actual killers were. I want to see how this all broke down and how they set him up, because this was definitely a setup, and we pretty much put them. We forgot about Makedas. Just put it like that. Everybody was so distraught over the fact that it happened at one of his favorite places that we lightweight took them out of the equation. But now they're back in the equation because that's the scene of the crime. They're definitely going to do a lot of research on that scene of the crime. They're going to get phone records. They're going to, question people. And we're going to see if Makedas had anything to do with it. If they did, I would hope that they took that $100,000 and don't open up another Makedas. You might want to call it something else, because if people do find out that you guys were the reason, or somebody in that establishment helped to set Dolph up to get killed, I think you guys are going to have problems. So I would suggest taking that money and keeping it moving, or if you're going to open up another cookie store, it better not be called Makedas, because if the shit hits the fan and people find out that you guys were the ones to help set up young Dolph, they're going to fuck that new store up too. Believe that shit. So make sure you like, subscribe. We appreciate the love. Peace.
Big Jook lied. You know, once they go to the feds, once the feds actually pick up the Rico case and put forth to get in all the affidavits, the prosecutor put down every motion that they got to put down in order to prosecute them. I want y'all to know, Gotti, Blac, Youngsta, Moneybagg, whichever one of those 3 who go down for this, man, they gonna have to do their time behind a wall the G-way. More than likely, we know for a fact that it's gonna be justice for Dolph at the end of the day, because if Dolph would have never went to Makedas, this would have never happened. If Dolph would have had his security down pat and everybody, including Marcus Thornton, you can't leave him up out of this, because he was right there and he literally could have identified every last person that was right there. Certain things could be avoided easily if you realize, sit back and you review what's really going on and take full initiative. Hit the like button if you're new to the channel. Hey, subscribe to the channel, man. If you literally sit back and sit and look at everything. Look at the pros and the cons to everything that's going on. The prosecutors leaked the photos and the info on the whole CMG camp. So I want y'all to know that Blac Youngsta, he's sitting back. He's scared right now. And he really shocked at the fact that it was somebody who told, because nobody know what's going on inside your operation unless somebody who's in the operation gives somebody a tip. It's statutes to limitations to a lot of things, but when it's a Rico case, they can take as long as they want. And I want y'all to know, this ain't like the Young Thug trial. This is federal. Like, y'all gotta really pay attention. And CMG, PRE, they gonna go through some tough times, because Big Moochie Grape said his cousin, the one that worked for MPD, he real life said that Gotti and them gonna go down for this. Gotti, he tried to get a lawyer, but you gotta understand, it's so many lawyers who don't even want to participate in these type of high profile cases. And this type of stuff, it real life make Gotti and them spend a lot of money in CMG. Well, basically, they at some point they'll have to literally turn over everything like that they work for, like all the assets. And you know, most cases, a lot of rappers go bankrupt. That's why I tell y'all, stop listening to these rappers, because in all actual reality, if you not in the street with them, how could you say they did that? I feel like Moneybagg Yo messed up for the simple fact that y'all got to really look at it. Daddy Yo, he won't answers. Key Glock, he won't answers. PRE Woo, he won't answers, man. And y'all got to really look at this, man, because it's a lot of people who could have avoided this from happening to Dolph. He got sent up at his untimely demise, if a lot of people didn't know. And like I said, young Dolph was a person who put multiple guys on. And who's to say that they should have been there? Like, you can't really point the finger and say, like, okay, they should have been right there when this happened to Dolph. That way, you know, they could have backed off of him. No, it don't go like that all the time. Like, at the end of the day, when you in the streets, you play by the street rules. Big Jook can't tell Yo Gotti that they real life only got busted because they saw the Bentley truck. I want y'all to really look at that. Listen, Moneybagg Yo and them gonna have to do some time just like me. They gonna be behind a wall, man, to where they can't see nothing but the recreational court, and basically like the on the deck. Like, I want y'all to really look at this, man, because a lot of people sit there and look at it like they got money, they gonna be living good in there. How they gonna be living good in there when they only getting commissary once a week? You gotta understand, Mia J, she's pressing charges. That was her baby's father. I want y'all to really look at that, because a lot of people don't take full consideration of what's really going on, and a lot of people look at the cap and the fake stuff as if, like, oh, that's just cap. No, man, you got to really look at the facts and the details and the evidence that they presented. You got to really pay attention to that, because those key facts in the case will lead to the justice for Dolph. When the feds come, it ain't no 2, 3, 4. You feel me? It ain't no 2, 3, 4 years. It's a 10-year medium. Y'all got to really look at this, because the feds work at a strategic way. Like, y'all gotta really put y'all finger on that, because we know for a fact that there's a lot of people think they're getting away with stuff when they really not. BGE, you gotta look at that, man. They already looking at Big 30 like, man, you better be careful, because Finesse 2 times already on the radar, and you saw what happened to his concert. Y'all gotta understand, a lot of people, they was hit up, man. And hey, if they would have sent somebody up, Finesse 2 times would have went down right then and there. I want y'all to look at that, because if you understand, this is a revolving door, and we got to open our eyes to what's really going on. The facts in this case, it points at Makedas. In all actual reality, we already know that it's a lot of people, and actually more people on Key Glock's side and PRE than they is with Gotti. And you got to understand that the people of Memphis, the people who stay right off Airways Boulevard, these people are literally saying, why is Makedas back over there? Like, why is Makedas' name not mentioned in the Rico indictment? But this the thing that they don't know. Makedas' brother name is mentioned in there, because he was an eyewitness. And you got to understand, it was a brother called Jason or Jeremy or something like that. And I want y'all to really look at this. They said that he was there when Dolph came. They said when Dolph got sent up, he was right there. This is the main reason why Big Moochie Grape cousin said when Dolph was instantly laying right there by that window, he said, "Oh, girl, Kiyoshi ran up with the camera." He said she stepped back and she just kept recording that part because she didn't want to get the brother up in the video. I want y'all to really look at this. That's why the father, he came there, he parked his car, he went in, he saw what happened, he instantly told everybody, "Get down, y'all, get down." Y'all gotta really look at this, man. He saw everything that went on. He told them people, "Boy, y'all better get down." Big Moochie Grape already know for a fact that he ran with PRE before anything because PRE was the main label that put him on, and he was trying to get signed by other people. He went to Mob Ties, and you gotta understand, he tried to get signed to 1017. It won't work because he was all the way in Memphis. Y'all gotta really look at that because Dolph put that boy on, and he sat there. He crashed that Lambo truck, but at the same time, he showed